G'day guys, Mackie with the Outer Circle. My lovely co-host is joining me today, and it's Kat.
Driving on your bridge in a brand new hired car. Not really, jokes. Probably a distasteful joke. Just go ahead and just dislike the video now. What up? What up? Fucking hell.
What up indeed?
Why did I say? Why did I come up with that? It's so hard to come up with a fucking intro. You come up with something better, people. Really, come on. Let's do it. Anyway, what have you been up to, man?
Not much. Just looking through all the flamed comments on one of our What Broke the Fans videos. It just blew up overnight. Like, quite literally overnight.
Yeah. I think that another channel kind of got sad with your ranting.
Well, they can do that. But more on that later. Geez, I've only been building models lately. I haven't done much painting, although I did get a game in with a 2,500 point custo list for 30k. That was interesting, just to see how they go on foot. And the result is they go okay. You can gun them down enough in time before they become a real thorn in your side if they're walking across the board.
You were playing against Raven Guard, hey, with and they had a quad.
No, Dark Angels.
Oh, looked like fucking Raven Guard to me.
No, Raven Wing of the Dark Angels. But basically, basically all it came down to was they could kill Custodes pretty effectively. Not too many, but like, 5 or 6 a turn. And when you've only got 20 models or so in the army, I think 27 models in 2,500 points, even just 3 or 4 a turn makes a big dent before you can cross that table. So
yeah, way to fire definitely is the thing.
Deep strike and vehicles are a must-have for them. Anything outside of Zone Mortalis, and you're absolutely stupid if you try and walk across the board. So
we kind of take that literally.
We kind of knew that anyway, though. So, but it was just to see what would happen, because you're giving your opponent the best chance possible to kill them.
Yeah, okay, but you have fucking, say, how many points did you play, sorry?
2,500.
2,500, you had 20 models. So we'll say 25 models and 2,500.
I think it was
one model per 100 points.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
You take some vehicles and 2,500 points. Now you've only got, like, 3 vehicles and 20 dudes or fucking 15 dudes and a bunch of vehicles. Like, it's pretty significant, and everyone seems to tool up their armies now with anti-vehicle shit. And everything can kill infantry at the end of the day. So I don't know. But their vehicles are pretty strong and with their shit. So I think they're OP as fuck as it is. I think everything's OP as fuck as it is.
You do. Yes, that's me. You been doing much hobby?
No, I made that video just because no one was memeing GW, so I memed GW just for the lols, Everyone seems. I saw a video of everyone wanks off on Duncan. Just fucking love him and his fucking Thin Your Paints meme and all that stuff. You see that, and I saw a video of people in Games Workshop. In a Games Workshop, I don't know which one specifically. Maybe it's all of them. Maybe it's a new cult thing. There's a picture of Duncan up on the wall. Honest to God picture. Printed out and had some text in there saying Thin Your Paints or whatever. And they were like worshipping it. Like,
well, that's how Gene Stealer cults start, man.
Well, whatever. I'm sick and tired of people sucking Games Workshop off and getting mad when people don't cup their balls. I'm really over that. I think that they deserve some fucking MLG 360 no-scoping, and then, that was just the start of a long line of shit that they keep on bringing out videos on and taking the piss out of people, like talking shit about square bases and stuff, and just being a really bad company and just trying to get fixed with people's moral compass. Be like, oh, if you don't buy from us, that's morally wrong and shit like that, which it's not. You can buy whatever the fuck you want, recast or no recast, make your own out of fucking baby doll heads, doesn't matter. And then they go ahead and do the wrong thing by the customers and shit, rip cunts off and give them shitty fucking casts of stuff, and that the shit that happened with your Battlefleet Gothic days, and then not really giving back your shit. So I don't know, whatever. There's just a lot of dick sucking of GW, it seems, and not a lot of hate going back towards them. Not a lot of active hate.
All right. Well, here's the problem with our community, where Games Workshop are like the world's politicians, right? Every time an election comes up, they promise the fucking world while disappointing you every other time of the year. And right now, they've been doing some good things, right? Freely admit it. They've been picking up a lot of their game, right?
How many Gillimans are you going to get, man? What the fuck good thing?
0. But
what are you talking about?
But hang on here. Hear me out here, right?
Fuck, man. I'm so pissed off.
They've brought back Facebook pages. They've brought back a community portal. You know, they've got some engagement with the community, and people are congratulating on them on this move. They also are neglecting the fact that Games Workshop also canned all of these things at one point, and they've only restored the status quo. You know, it's like going to a petrol station or something, and they get, or an IGA. There's a better example, a supermarket, right? And there's like 6 fucking counters, and only 2 of them are ever open, right? And the queue is like 40 fucking people waiting to go through 2 counters, and then they open up 6 counters that they had all along. Like they open up a third of the counters or something, and everyone's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, you know, you guys are tops," and they haven't really done anything, you know. And it's like we'll talk about later on with that Hobbit strategy battle game. Everyone's like, "Oh, they've totally turned it around, man. They've turned it around. Just all the support for..." How? What? How have they turned it around? They've released like fucking, I don't know, 6 kits? We'll say 12, generously, right? And a book. And they've said, we're going to go back and we're going to... Whenever Games Workshop gives you a promise, until it's fucking delivered, right? I don't bet on it. I don't fucking plan for it, right? They will go back. They will bring out new books, sure. Right, and when they do, we'll talk about it then. But at the moment, they're all fucking words, right? Just like fucking politicians. Oh, I'm going to build a fucking wall. Oh, I'm going to fucking, you know, get more women into CEO's positions. Whatever, right? Whatever their fucking rhetoric is for that week. And people fucking eat it up, and they get really, really fucking pissed off if you're not directly agreeing with them. And it is fine to sit somewhere in the middle. Right? I sit in the middle towards the criticism end, right? Where when they do well, I will say that they're doing well. Like earlier, you know, 2 minutes ago, when I said, yep, they brought back community portals, things like that. Yes, that is doing well. But at the same time, right, when they do poorly, I'm going to call them on it. I'm not going to suck their dick because they need to be held to account. And that's the way it is. I will spend far more time calling them to account than promoting them because they don't need my promotion. They don't even need to say all the good things they're doing, right? That's not how it fucking works. We don't say such and such is good and keep sucking its dick. We say when things are bad because we need the bad things to fucking improve. And when people sit there just going, "Oh man, don't say anything negative on their Facebook because they might remove their Facebook again." Well, if they do that, then clearly, right, they haven't fucking changed. So,
well, that's your position. You're a centralist. I'm not. I am probably an anarchist or a libertarian. I mean, depends on where you look at it. I'd probably say more anarchist since I don't believe in any form of government. But I see Games Workshop portrayed in the film 1984, or you know, George Orwell's book about where it's just they just want control, man, and they want a monopoly. They want to create a monopoly. They're scared of the point of competition that they spend more on their fucking lawyers than they do all other aspects of their fucking business. Might be because it's expensive, or maybe because they're just fucking scared shitless of a free fucking market, and they're obviously doing the wrong fucking things. To me, that's what that portrays. So they can fuck off with their anti-freedom bullshit and shove it right up their ass. Fair enough. Just one tick. Sorry everyone, we just quickly went off the air, and we're having a chat off the air, Kat and I, because we decided to add a little something that we were lacking to our list of tabs that we go through. So Kat, please lead off. Okay, so the Shadow War of Armageddon. This is a box set that Games Workshop is coming out of. It's going to be replacing, or it's in lieu of, Necromunda. People were expecting Necromunda to come out because Games Workshop put out a newsletter and an announcement, Word document, that they want to bring back the smaller franchise games, like their fucking words, Necromunda. I don't think they ever said Mordheim, actually. But Necromunda, Blood Bowl, stuff like that.
No, it'll be the new copyright-approved Sigmarheim or something.
Well, they've already got Sigma, so Mordheim makes sense that that's gone because it's not a thing.
Yeah. Well,
they killed that world. They fucking legit put a gun on it.
Sigmar is a very skirmishy, heavy game anyway. If you drop down on the models, all Mordheim is Sigmar with the progression added in, character progression.
Well, the Mordheim thing, I don't know what the spear, Shade Spire is. Warhammer Shade Spire. I don't know what it's going to be. I believe it's going to be some sort of fucking... Apparently it could be a competitive game from anything to a Mordheim-like game. That's too much speculation at the moment. But with the Shadow War of Armageddon, there's a video up of it. And there's a picture of the terrain being used. They've made it into a big oil rig that looks really difficult to maneuver.
Deepwater Horizon, yes.
Looks really... And every level is exactly the fucking same.
Well, it's the same piece of terrain. They've just literally just stacked, like, what, 10, 12 sets on top of one another? More? Probably 16 sets?
Interesting. Can I take that as my Lord of War choice and
infiltrate it? Yes, I don't see why not.
Yeah, excellent.
It's your hobby.
That is... Yeah, I could... so it's the same as someone buying a bunch of Bastions and just gluing them together.
I like it how it's even got the toxic sludge leak down the bottom, like the green ooze pouring out into the water. So it really is the Deepwater Horizon.
I might get this box set if it's under fucking... If I can get this thing for $90, maybe. Because the terrain looks pretty good. It looks okay. I wouldn't say it looks pretty good. For $90. We know what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen. They're going to fucking probably... rip this away from our hands, and then...
Well, it was like that picture I sent from the 4th edition City Fight book. There was... it's another one of Macca's crazy conspiracy theories, and by crazy I mean it's completely founded in logical sense, which is the scary part about my conspiracy theories. But there's terrain in that, buildings, that are the Games Workshop buildings featured in that book, and they're made up of these same City Fight building tiles, you know, the 2-inch by 4-inch, I think they are, or 3-inch, 2-inch by 3-inch windows and doors they used to make all your City Fight buildings. There were different kits in that book, and they were way, way less grimderp. They weren't covered in skulls and aquillas.
You want grimderp? Oh, bro.
And I think that's why they didn't release them, because they weren't recognisably Games Workshop-y enough.
Oh, jeez.
If I remember, I'll put up some pictures on our Facebook page later of it, of these buildings. But it's like if you took all the good parts about Games Workshop buildings, and none of the shit parts. Like, you got rid of all the aquillas and skulls over everything, and so it just looked like a modern, you know, concrete skyscraper in any city today. That's what it was like. And of course, someone would complain and go, "Oh, it's just not Games Workshop-y enough." But yeah, it's a shame, you know. So when I see...
Well, if you want it more Games Workshop, you put a trolley pole wrapped up in razor wire up your ass while you look at it. There you go. It's a little bit more Games Workshop-y for you.
The diplomatic approach is always cut. Yeah, so look, as we were talking about when we were off air, because obviously we don't live near each other anymore, so we have to conduct all these things over the internet, and Skype never works. We were talking about how they kept saying, oh, they were going to re-release Necromunda, but they didn't. They released Shadow Wars Armageddon. Now, I'm not going to get into the fucking fine print here, where people go, oh, but, you know, you can still play it as Necromunda and this, that, and the other. It's like, no, it's not Necromunda. It's something different. It may have similar rules or anything like that, but they changed it for the sake of change, right? That I don't agree with as an approach. Especially because 40k is not a universe that needs to be changed for the sake of change. All it needs, just like with this new talk about new 40k rules that they're plucking out of their ass, change for the sake of change is not a good thing. All 40k needs to keep it completely on track now is just a few minor tweaks, you know, fix the psychic phase, maybe a few rules that make it so it's not so in favour of shooting over assault. You know, just a few little tweaks. Get rid of a bit of the randomisation. It looks like they've taken on board my idea. I will selfishly say they took my personal idea on board about breaking it down to 3 types of game modes. You know, like your competitive play, your narrative play, and your casual play.
No, they did that with Age of Sigmar.
But I mean, for 40k itself,
Yeah.
Because at the moment all their missions are written with that casual play in mind, and things like, you know, I was at the local games club, Eureka Games Club here in Ballarat the other day, and people were talking about Maelstrom, and I'm like, oh, this is the first time I've ever been to this club, so you can imagine the impression I made on people.
Never
Maelstrom of War is so good. I'm like, Maelstrom of War is the shittiest thing to happen in 40k in years, and these people just looked at me, and I'm like, it's an unbalanced game mode where you pluck random cards, and that's just the hand you get fucking dealt. Deal with it. And they're like, oh yeah, but you know, you can always hand back the random cards. I'm like, yeah, in your turn, after you've already played a whole game turn. They're like, oh yeah, but that's not how we play here. I'm like, that's fine. That's not the rules. You can play the game however the fuck you like. But at the end of the day, Maelstrom of War is, you drew a card that says kill a flyer. The other guy has no flyers. Therefore, you must spend one turn eating one dick. The colour of the dick is up to you. The flavour, however, is not optional. It will be cheese and onion. And, you know...
French dick, huh? Nice.
Yes. And people get really offended by it. It's like, no, look, Games Workshop wrote those rules that way. You play however the fuck you like, but you're always going to butt heads whenever you're outside your comfort zone. You go to a tournament or something in a different town, or you're playing with different people, they're going to have their way of interpreting it. And if they've got the rulebook on their side, that's the way it's going to go, unfortunately. And it's your call if you don't want to play them again and things like that. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. That's getting into the subjectivity of the morals of wargaming. Yeah, I think I've rattled on enough about that. What are your thoughts, man?
Well, if someone doesn't let me infiltrate my fucking Raven Guard quad mortars, I'll just say fucking cash me outside, how about that? And then see where that goes.
Are you going to infiltrate your oil rig?
Yes, with my quad mortar on top.
My oil rig has the Legionnaires Astartes Raven Guard rule.
Oh my god, that'll be my one space. Oh, sorry, on this video, this Armageddon, for anyone listening, if you go watch the Shadow Wars Armageddon thing, there's like a crane. It looks like a crane, but it's a skull. He's about twice the size of a scout. All 3D.
It looks like Dr. Robotnik.
He's a spider.
Looks like one of Dr. Robotnik's fucking tanks.
Crazy. It looks ridiculous. It's so grim, It's. I think it's a crane. It looks fucking ridiculous.
Dr. Robotnik is fucking one of those new dwarf fucking commanders for the Age of Sigmar dwarves that are coming.
Yeah, we could start a whole bunch of shit here. But alright, so this thing has 12 fucking faction rules, man. That must be out of the box. 12 faction rules. Look out. You know what else has more than that? Like every other skirmish game run by a community. But whatever. But yeah, it seems like they've done a full circle as well. Like back in Second Ed, the Warhammer 40,000 Second Ed box. You got 20 Marines, and then you had like 30 Orcs and then 20 Gretchen or some shit. This, you get like 10 fucking Scouts and 40 Orcs. Where's my cutout goddamn Dreadnought, man?
I told you, you just get a stencil, you trace the box, but you gotta paint the cardboard that you cut out from the box, so...
Fucking sadist motherfuckers. Anyway, that's my little take on that fucking Armageddon Shadow War bullshit. People just eating it up, and they're just like, oh, Necromunda! And they're just over the fucking moon about Necromunda. It already exists. People still play it. There's multiple different systems that you can download for free online. Like how? And there's every fucking faction in there. Not the bigger ones. You got Alien, Mercenaries, fucking Auto Xenos, Inquisition, Pathfinder guys to go, Imperial agents to go and scout for new worlds or look at worlds that have been disconnected for a long time. Pirates, elf pirates, you name it. Everything is there. I bet you this fucking Shadow War of Armageddon ain't gonna have no fucking elf pirates in there. Sorry, not elf pirates. Not Eldar. What are they called? Fucking
Corsairs.
Trademark fucking... You use this, we're gonna sue the fuck out of you. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, whatever the fucking word of the week is that they've come up with. Yeah, fair enough, man. I will talk more about their weird ways that they support their fucking community later. Games Workshop's new releases, there were none.
Go
on.
You actually are wrong. There's plenty of new ones. Blood Bowl, mainly. But you can get yourself, right now, if you go on Games Workshop's website, $20 tweezers.
Oh, you're talking about the general releases. Yeah, okay. There were general releases from Games Workshop.
I don't mind the tweezers. They're okay. And the mid-range tweezers, $20 isn't that bad, really. I still wouldn't... You can still buy at your local supermarket fucking $4, $3 tweezers. You know, or $10 for a mid-range pair of tweezers.
It's good to see the Blood Bowl troll. I was looking at it the other night, and it's like I converted a troll out of a river troll. So I got this big fat troll who's like just fully looks like some like Cockney fucking soccer hooligan, and that's my fucking Blood Bowl troll.
The guy that ate that Cornish pastry, and like in England there was like this dude a couple of months ago, a week ago or something. Weeks ago or a month ago, something like that, and he ate a Cornish pastry. But there was like a betting thing going to see if he would eat a pie during the match, and then like apparently it was like fixed him eating the pastry, and he got fucking fired from That's not a joke either. Cornish pastry, man. Oh fuck it, he was some fat motherfucker. So it's pretty good.
I just sent you by Facebook. I sent you a picture of my my troll.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah,
the Cornish pastry idiot.
My big fat troll is right next to my saggy tit orc cheerleader. they're a real odd couple, but you know they're not racist. They make it work. Their love knows no bounds. Yeah. So look, nothing major from Games Workshop this week. They did release the hardback Magnus the Red Primarch book. Not a huge fan of these Primarch book series, but that's a topic for another day. Forge World, on the other hand, released quite a few new things. The Legio Custodes Sagittarian Guard upgrade set, and the upgrade set with the plastics. If you live in Australia, please buy them as the Legio Custo kit, including the models and the upgrade kit. It will work out for you far cheaper than buying the Custodes as a squad of 5 in Australia. Will cost you $100. And the upgrade kit will cost you another £16, about another $25. So you spend like $125 to get it in Australia. You can get it for barely $100 if you buy it direct from the UK.
Yeah, and then if you want to go more thrifty, you can obviously get it. Get the Custodes. Still now, you can still get them for about $45.
Oh yes, on eBay. I'm
more
talking for if anyone revisits the Scrubdown.
Yeah, of course. But this is you gave them a generic option. I just want to fucking twist the knife into the GW fanboys, man. And obviously you can get your Legion Custodes, your guard upgrade set from China Forge. Also, the miniatures themselves. So you can just go China Forge. I don't know. Just go China. If you're not paying China, you're paying too much.
If you're in Australia, anyway.
I suppose. Actually, yeah. And there's a free trade embargo. Free trade with China. It's just made shit cheaper as well.
Anyway,
so yeah, I hate legitimate Forge World stuff. It's like
I buy legitimate stuff.
I
buy all my stuff legit, but I've spent so much as
I don't.
You've seen my Forge World bill, right? You saw my Forge World bill like 7 years ago, and it was like 30 fucking grand, and now amplify that by like 7-8 grand a year, every year. I've spent probably 80 grand, I reckon, on Games Workshop on Forge World in my last sort of 10 years or so. What have they given me back as a reward for that loyalty? Absolutely nothing. I still think that they should look at players like myself who do support them and just occasionally, throw in that free miniature. Here's a Forge World Pravian, just something like that.
Well, I'd like to point out, Reaper Miniature have done that with every order I've ever made with them. They've put in free paints, free brushes, free pens, free stickers, free carriage bags in every order I've ever done, which is 3.
I know people who've gone to China. I know people who've gone to China.
Oh, I've gotten from China as well. I've gotten free miniatures.
Yeah, they get free miniatures. And they're like, oh, the miniature's not great, but I was going to chuck it on eBay. Do you want it? And I'm like, okay, I'll have it, sure.
What's another one? Cromlech. I get free guns from them. They throw in some free guns sometimes. Free bolters and stuff. Yeah, so every other company, basically, I've received free shit from. All miniature companies, paint companies, have put in free paints, free tested paints and stuff like that. When I say tested, they're legit paints, they're just extra paints.
Yeah, I mean, look, they don't owe me anything, but it would be nice. I would say very nice things about them if they did that. I would say, geez, you know, how good is Forge World? They gave me a free 25 mil, you know, they gave me a free Marine Praetor or something, you know?
Not me, I'd paint them in a bad light regardless of what they do, so they can go.
But, yeah, I don't know, like, you know, all this time...
Every other company is better than them.
So...
Like ISIS, compared to Games Workshop, on par.
Ooh, that's pretty brutal, man.
Yeah, maybe. But
although when ISIS, at least with ISIS videos, they can get the fucking
holy shit
units right.
Why'd I go down this road? No, they can get the. Except for all those times where people are saying
I've never heard ISIS. I've never heard ISIS like get out there with their fucking videos and say we're introducing the 7th Legion, the ISIS Death Guard, and it's like it's the 14th Legion, you morons. Because that was a thing that happened this week. Even though I saved the video and put together the video on it, Kat, do you want to run people through what happened with the surprise Nurgle video? Oh
yeah, so you posted that, and I got some pretty good reviews. Oh, good feedback, and they so yeah, Games Workshop initially posted out a video which they've redone since then, and it was the new Nurgle for 40k, which looked like really, as you pointed out, it looked really like the end of Warhammer End Times Nurgle. They just put bibs on fucking Marines. How? Anyway, so they did that, and the voice actor said, "We are the Death Guard. We are the 7th Legion," which is dumb because I think they're the 16th Legion. The
14th. 16th of the Sons of Horus.
And 7th.
Oh my god, did you just pull at Games Workshop? Oh.
I did. Well, they fucking confused me, man. They've just thrown this shit out. I can't keep up anymore, bro. You read the recent Black Books? Apparently, it was like an alternate universe, and now all the legions are fucking, I don't know, My Little Ponies.
Okay, so this has obviously happened. It's done, you know, we won't harp on it anymore. Much.
Yes.
We will occasionally bring it back up. But the thing that frustrated me with it, and why I even bothered to do a video, was because someone got paid to do that. Someone works for this company, right? And if you work for a company, you should know a fair bit about the company. Okay, you don't have to know everything, but I imagine that like one of the key cornerstones of Games Workshop is the Space Marine IP, right? And so the relevant sections of that, like the main 18 legions plus a few key chapters like, you know, Black Templars and Crimson Fists and things
deal
like
with
that
shit in
right? And
40K.
if you're going to be advertising your new product, right, and this is your big reveal, your big teaser for what's coming, and you're trying to get people amped up, don't fuck it up like that, right? Because you're professionals and someone's paying. Like if I fuck up one of my videos here, right, even if people disagree with me and I got shit right, you should see the fucking wall of flaming comments that happen. Right?
Yeah,
but somehow Games Workshop, a fucking company worth $100 million, right, makes $100 million a year, profit, they're given a fucking free ride? Like, the agents of Nurgle must have slipped that one in. No.
That's legit how they paid it off, man.
That is legit how they paid it off. And someone got paid to do that, right? Someone got paid to... And these are the people we're trusting to make 8th edition 40k, to write this Primarch fluff. And you see why I have no fucking... I got mad fucking trust issues with them right now, and this is the shit that causes it, right? This is the fucking thing that causes it. These fucking morons, they fucking... You had one job. You honestly had one job. Make a Death Guard promo video. What do you need to know about Death Guard? They're fucking smelly, sweaty, They worship Nurgle. Nurgle's magic number is 7. Their legion number is 14, which is a multiple of 7. The big thing with Death Guard is they're all about the multiples of 7. Like, you know, the Death Shroud Terminators, they must stand 7 by 7, 49 paces away from Mortarion at all times, or within, 49 paces. All that sort of shit, right? You don't have to know too much about it, and if that's your job, you just fucking do it. You do it once, you do it right. And they didn't, and that
or
pissed
have
me
someone
right
else
off.
look at it. Like whenever I do a report or something, I have someone else.
Well, when we make a video, we watch our own videos, don't we? Watch them 2 or 3 times before we upload them to make sure they work correctly.
Editing. If you're editing anything, you gotta watch it fucking 20 fucking times.
Oh,
1,000.
tell me about it.
But at the end of their new Death Guard thing, I think at 47 seconds, there's Mortarions. It'll be Demon Mortarions, fucking Scythe.
Yes, I believe so. The other thing with it is that, again, this is the people we're trusting to make 8th edition 40k, right?
Well, luckily you download their shit.
I
was looking for their shit for
I do
my
have
video.
the mistake saved.
when I dubbed over their stupid fucking walkthrough of their underground fucking rape dungeon, I wanted to put that in there. We are the Death Guard.
You know what actually annoyed me about that video? Sorry, their little underground walkthrough. That's
Rape
really
dungeon?
condescending to the fans. It's like they know people want plastic sisters, they know people want plastic Thunderhawks, and they made a joke about it. And to one extent, that's fine. I'm all for making jokes because we make the most politically incorrect and fucking rude jokes going, right? But at the same time, you know that's what your customers want. You're basically just saying, fuck you, you're not getting it. And that's fucking rude.
Yeah, that's the way I pay China, man.
But anyway, yeah, so these people, they were at Adepticon, they were talking about 8th edition, which I think is like, what, July release they're talking about? So that book's going to be at the printers by early June, at the fucking latest, right? That book's going to be at the printers in order to get it produced in time. And because they are going to, if I know Games Workshop, they're going to go for a hard copy release at the same time as they do an e-copy release and all that, right? So that means they've basically got now till May, basically a month, maybe 2. And best case scenario, 2 months to get it all play tested and packed away. And yet they're at Adepticon saying, oh, you know, we're looking at doing this, we're looking at doing this. This is not the time for implementing new ideas. This is the time to be finalising ideas that you've been playtesting over a year. And this is the shit that fucks every fucking edition for the last 5 fucking editions. Because you turn around and you go, like with fucking Chaos, right, releasing at the start of 6th edition. You can't tell me Chaos was playtested correctly for 6th edition. Because a lot of things in it didn't work in 6th edition. Right? Even though it was the first book for that edition. And they're doing it again. They're like, oh, we're thinking about, you know, changing it to this, and changing morale to this, and changing shooting values to 2nd edition, changing heaps of shit to 2nd edition. It's like, it's too late. You can't do that and then balance every fucking codex you've got in your massive sprawling range, all your campaign books, and make it all work and all balance and everything's all hunky-dory. You can't do that in 2 months. I could not do that in 2 months with all the fucking OCD micromanaging fucking little nuances of my personality, right? And I run a fucking engineering business and I wouldn't commit to that. I wouldn't commit to that with a team of people working for me. You could not do it. Right? You would need a year to do that sort of playtesting. So clearly, this edition's going to come out. There's going to be problems with it, yet a fucking again, because they're going to be pushing it out the door. They're rushing for it. What do you think? Like, am I crazy for thinking that?
No, but portrayed to me by their current new stands, the way that they portray their videos, deal with the customers on their Facebook page, they're not a very professional company. They used to be professional, at least, and have professionalism involved. It lacks professionalism, like straight up. When I see their staff, Duncan's okay with his painting videos. That seems somewhat professional, a professional setup. But those fucking walkthroughs just fucking throws out all of any fucking dignity the cunt had. It's just they just take the piss to the forefront of their customers. They're just legit taking the fucking piss, and they're not even it's not even having a laugh. It's legit just saying, haha, you're gonna pay us no matter what we fucking do, cunts. That's just what it seems to me.
Yeah, it's very fucking rude, and frankly, they're lying to people, and people are putting up with it. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna move us along to the next video, and it's the What Broke the Fans Lord of the Rings. So I've had a ton of comments and thumbs down, but I don't give a shit about dislikes overnight, right? And a lot of people here saying fans aren't broken, they weren't intent on letting this happen, and blah 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 blah. Right? I'll go through, read all the comments properly, right? And I'll put out another video in response to them all, because it's just easier than, you know. But a lot of people are saying, you know, the Hobbit is not dead because tournaments sold out straight away for it. Okay, great. You know people still play Man of Warcat?
Fucking really? No.
Do you know people still play Battlefleet Gothic?
Oh yeah, I need that one.
Mordheim?
But yeah, the communities, yep, like I was saying before,
the communities...
Necromunda and the fucking Inquisition, fucking, they are thriving fucking hobbies.
Right, so...
And they're not supported by Games Workshop whatsoever.
The company is not what's killed the product, right? They've killed the product line, right? And this is where I need to be specific. When I say they've, you know, Lord of the Rings has died, it's not because the fans have let it die, it's because the company let it die, right? The fans are keeping it alive. I have Battlefleet Gothic, I have Man of War, I have all these old Citadel games. I've got fucking Inquisitor models somewhere, right? You've got heaps of shit as well, Kate. You've got Mordheim models, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
People were getting really cut up in this video, you know, like, oh, you know, you don't know what you're on about, especially this guy. Maybe do a bit of research before making a video, make yourself look like an absolute retard. Full stop. Idiot. Full stop. Look, I did my fucking research. My research is all based around Australia, because, funny enough, I don't live in fucking Germany, I don't live in the fucking UK. I can only go on what's here, right? And anything I get out of the UK, Germany, that kind of thing, it's circumstantial. And I can point to it and say, you know, it's like, yes, I watch the GBHL, the Great British Hobbit League videos myself. I quite enjoy them, actually. I remember when they used to make the videos sort of in their basement type thing, as you'd say. And then they said, you know what, we want to do this full time, and they made something out of it, and that's fantastic, right? That they did that, and full fucking power to them. But that's not Games Workshop doing that. That's not Games Workshop keeping it alive. That's the same as people, when I said models went out of production, they're going, oh, but all these kits are back. And it's like, yes, but those kits are of existing models. I'm talking about the kits of, like, you know, one-off models that were out for years, and then they've just disappeared completely, and they're named characters, and there's no other version of that character. I don't care if they bring back an old kit which had a different version of Aragorn, because there's fucking 6 versions of Aragorn I can still buy. Right? Same as when people say, oh, but Games Workshop's turned it right around. No, they haven't. They've released fucking, like, 12 kits for the Lord of the Rings, and they're releasing them through Forge World. And they still haven't covered my biggest gripes. And my biggest gripes with it is the fact that they haven't updated the existing rules, right? The way that they did when they first brought out the Fellowship of the Ring. They updated all the Fellowship... had all the rules for Fellowship. When they brought out Two Towers, they brought over everything from the Fellowship book, added it to the Two Towers, FAQ'd it, adjusted unit point values and shit like that. And they did that again with Return of the King. When they brought out the Hobbit films, they just left Return of the King stagnant over to the side and focused entirely on Hobbit models. Right? So then you now have a power creep, and people go, oh, the power creep's not there, you know, they're looking at the heroes and things like that, but there's a power creep there. For sure. It wouldn't be a Games Workshop product if it didn't have a power creep, right? And these things are real. It's not me being a fucking idiot, as that very constructive comment points out.
There's a lot of talk about Warhammer World GT. I don't think they understand that I'm banned from Warhammer World. They will not let me go in there. Court order. How the fuck, and why the fuck would I give a shit? If I went in there, I'd just have to knock cunts out anyway. With a fucking back to the fucking head.
How does Warhammer World GT help
Grand
us here in
Tournament.
Australia?
What is it? Grand Torino. Grand Tournament. Fuck, man. Go back to your fucking can of soup, you fucking nerd cunt.
But, like, for us living in Australia, how does a UK tournament help us?
Dude, no. Well, it's like the limited edition releases, man.
Yes,
Limited edition models. Just get a flight. Go there. Spend fucking $4,000.
This is part of the problem, you see. Yes, there is a massive Hobbit community out there. Fantastic, guys. Don't think it went unnoticed. I know it exists because I'm on a heap of fucking pages. So when people turn around and say, I'll pick one, HTL World. Middle Earth Strategy Gaming Channel. Fantastic. Great to see,
Gay.
right? They're German. No, it's great. I love it.
Ich bin ein Hobbit.
Sorry, you're definitely wrong. I've held multiple strategy battle game tourneys in the last 3 years here in Europe, and one had 100 participants. Sold out in a few days. Right?
Gotta go to the
We're not talking about a dead system. You're right. You're not talking about a dead system, guys. But to Games
Can I
Workshop,
make
it's
a
pretty
living
much dead.
from this? Can I be a professional gamer in this and go to tournaments?
I
and
don't
make
know,
a living?
but basically
Let
they're
it be a
saying
no.
that
It's not. It's not a tournament.
they're saying that
Get
it's
your
not
head out your
dead.
fucking ass.
They're saying it's not dead because it has a thriving community. Like I said, Man of War has a fucking community. Battlefleet Gothic has a community. Mordheim has a community. Inquisitor has a community.
There's a bunch
Right.
of cunts out there with sexually transmitted
Rogue
viruses and
Trader,
diseases.
believe it or
But
not,
just because they have that, just because the fucking viruses are thriving, doesn't mean they're happy with their fucking life.
you're not helping. But Cat, like, look, Rogue Trader has a thriving community.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Rogue Trader, believe it or not, if you
Second
go
ed,
on
second ed 40k.
second ed 40k, yeah.
I love second ed 40k,
Yep.
and that's my fallback. If 40k goes to shit and 30k goes to shit, I'd do some second ed shit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I probably would too. But, you know, there are thriving communities for it. It doesn't mean that it's actively supported. You can
Do you know
have
why
all
they're
the
thriving?
tournaments
Because
in the
Games
world.
Workshop doesn't have their fucking greasy, shitty hand, covered hand all over their shit. So the community make it
All right. Hobbit
better.
aside, right? I'm going to use Mordheim as an example because I'm more into Mordheim than the Hobbit. You know what I'm like with Mordheim, man. I was a fucking Mordheim fucking sexual sadist. Loved that. But with the Mordheim community, new warbands were getting released by the players, right? And communities are working together to create new rule sets, to create FAQs, right? And the community did everything required. And for a time there, former writers of Mordheim were actually working with the community until they got basically told to cease and desist by Games Workshop because they were giving away free IP and that sort of shit to a system that was no longer supported by Games Workshop. And they were actively, like, they had one of the writers of Mordheim was the one writing the FAQs for the community. Like, you could email that fucking writer directly, right? That was the sort of support that the fucking community has, right? I'm not going to get out there and say, Hobbit is completely dead, it's just dead, no one plays it anymore, they let it turn to shit. People still play it. That's not in fucking debate. I don't know why people are so pissed off about it.
You obviously hit a fucking heartstring. And
I
the
did hit a
nerdiest
heartstring.
cunts in tabletop wargaming would be cunts that play the Hobbit. Like, they are the fucking cunts that are playing Magic the Gathering in the library. Whereas your 40k players and shit, your War Machine players, they're the cunts out on the oval playing Gridiron or fucking AFL or whatever. Pick your fucking... Not soccer, because that's still faggy as shit. So, fuck.
Oh, I
I just
fucking
made
hate
it worse again, didn't I? Fuck, I'll stop.
Yeah.
No, soccer is a great game and is not like the Hobbit at all.
Jose, pasas the pele. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
I do like the guy who got fired from eating a fucking Cornish pastry. What a way to go.
But yeah, so like that was me pissing people right the fuck off with that video. Even though I think the What Broke the Fans videos are pretty tame videos, because I try to be very unbiased with them and straight down the line with the points I make. And if I do make a mistake, I'll put a retraction. I'll put a note. I'll actually put a comment up that says like, "Here's where I fucked up." Right? And I encourage the criticism in the comments, and I will take the time to go through and read each and every one of the fucking comments and all the hate mail that has flowed in overnight. And, you know, I'll deal with it as it comes. If I need to make retractions, I will. And that's what good people will do. They'll make retractions. Maybe Games Workshop can learn from that. Instead of trying to explain away things like their fuck-ups where they call a certain legion the wrong legion number, call them the 7th, instead of saying, ha, the agents of Nurgle must have got involved, maybe they can just say, yeah, look, we made a mistake, guys, here's a new version of the trailer. Right? And no one will give a shit.
Yeah, someone has an issue with me saying the word custodes, so I'm going to now pronounce it as cunt-toads.
Well, it's actually custode, because it's Latin. So the
Cunt-toad fuck.
Yeah, the ES works a different way.
Hell down far.
Well, the ES comes out as an E.
I'll just call them cunts. Whatever. They're the cunts. They are the cunts.
But anyway.
The cunts.
Same as Legione Astartes.
So your normal Astartes will be cunts. Your gold motherfuckers with red hair trim bullshit will be the cunts. There we go, sorted.
Speaking of pissing people off, let's go to your video, Games Workshop bullshit. Do you want to explain people? Because you're actually a shitpostologist, highly trained in the field of shitpostery. What went on with this video? Why did you do it? And what do you think of the reactions?
It's the norm for me, so I do this a lot, even in my own, for other stuff as well. But I was trying out some new video software because my Vegas Pro fucked out. I'm using HitFilm 4 at the moment. That's just on HitFilm 4, which is okay. It works a little bit like Vegas Pro if you're new to that. But you can add gunshots and lasers and shit to them. So what you could effectively do with HitFilm 4 is, you know how you see static tabletop wargaming with people add lasers and shit? That you could probably use an easy way of recording your videos, your games, and actually putting real-time shots in there. And people seem to wank off on that. So that's how that was introduced to me anyway. So with this, I was just fucking around with it. And Games Workshop seemed to get a lot of, dick sucking. And when people aren't sucking GW's dicks, everyone's like, quick, cup their balls, because, everyone needs to fucking surrender to Games Workshop infinite wisdom. No, fuck them. Legit, fuck them. They go to hell. They can go to hell and die. If anything's been shown from our community talk, the community can take the systems that are now, and we can build on it better than Games Workshop can. If GW goes away tomorrow, straight up, community still has that. We'll still have the games, and China can support us because there's independent sculptors, and I think new and better miniatures will come out. So
look at Blood Bowl. How long Blood Bowl was dead? There's a site called
it was never dead.
Comic Sauce, I think it's called.
Blood Bowl was never dead. There's a worldwide league around it. It was thriving, and it's Games Workshop was just looked at how much money they could have fucking honed in on. Especially when League Ball came out, or whatever the fuck it was. So anyway, I just made this video, just fucked around with it a bit, and everyone wanks off to Duncan and shit, so...
There we go. Okay, so Comic Sauce, COMIXININOS. This miniature retailer, right, fantasy football teams, they have made models for every single imaginable fucking Warhammer team. There are, in the order, Amazons, Bretonnians, Dark Elves, Demons, Dwarves, Tomb Kings, Elf Team, Evil Teams, Evil Dwarves, Evil Pact, Frogmen, Goblins, Halflings, High Elves, Humans, Lizardmen, Necromantic, Norse, Ratmen, Rotten, Ogres, Orcs, Undead, Underworld, Vampires, Wood Elves, Animals, Big Guys, Coaches, Apothecarian, and Cheerleaders, and that section alone has 228 models in it. Star Players has 219 models. Superheroes, Stunties, Tournament Miniatures, right? There's even the fucking announcers for the game, right? Like the fucking, Jim and, oh fuck, I've just totally mind-blanked. But the vampire and the ogre that fucking announce the games, right? There's even sculpts for those guys. And are you going to tell me that because this exists, Games Workshop somehow didn't kill Blood Bowl for 10 years? Right, they did. They killed Blood Bowl for 10 years. This company came along, though, and kept it fucking alive. So... No,
you don't need to come. But the community...
I mean, like, sculpt-wise.
Yeah,
right?
well...
The community kept it alive. Right, the community's kept this company in business, and this company has just been making profit off all this fucking white metal, right? And believe me, their white metal is selling at it's expensive. It's pretty much Games Workshop expensive. But if the demand's out there, all the power to the fucking company, right? Because Games Workshop made it so the competition can charge those kind of prices if it's the only place to get this stuff. There's like fucking sumo wrestlers, right? A human sumo wrestler team you can make. There's a fucking old dude with a walking stick you can use. Like, it's crazy. There's fucking walking man crocodiles, right? Probably part of the Lizardman team. Elven war dancers. There's blue versions of Dark Elves. All sorts of crazy shit. There's halfling pygmies in the most politically incorrect fucking thing I've seen since blackface. but it all fucking exists, right? And that's completely got nothing to do with Games Workshop. Games Workshop did not do that, right? These fucking company made these sculpts, or got commissioned in sculptors to do it, and the players bought the sculpts because the players were writing more events for the game, and they were still playing the game, and that kind of thing, and Games Workshop's realised that, oh shit, there's still profit to be made from these IPs, and that's why the IPs are coming back, not out of any fucking, you know, they're not doing it as a favour to you. Get that fucking idea out of your head. They're doing it because they know there's money to be made, and they realise they fucked up, and now they're looking at all these other companies like Mantic with Dreadball, you know, or Dead Zone, or whatever their fucking their version of Blood Bowl is, right? Games Workshop's looking at all these other companies doing it, and they're like, shit, we need to slice that pie, and then they realised it was pie that they gave away, right? You've got Dystopian Wars and Dystopian Armada and whatever that did Man of War and Battlefleet Gothic. You've also got Hawk War Games, who has one of the designers of Battlefleet Gothic on their design team for their version of Battlefleet Gothic, which takes place in their Drop Zone, Drop Fleet Commander, it's called, I think. Right? So, people, the hobbies were there, people wanted to play them, and then other companies came along and picked up the slack. Games Workshop has not brought them back as a favour to you. They've not gone, we know you like Necromunda, so we're going to bring it back just for you, because, you know, you're our little mates. No, they brought it back because, like, we know you like Necromunda, now fucking pay up. Right? Buy this on Nostalgia. Buy this on Nostalgia. They're selling you a different product, and they're trying to sell it to you on Nostalgia.
This is our idea first. Fucking give us our money that we're entitled to, because it was our idea first, or whatever.
Yeah, but like with Shadow Wars, it's not Necromunda. It may be similar to Necromunda, but it's not Necromunda. But they put Necromunda up anyway in the pictures for it, in the discussion about it, to try and sell it to you on Nostalgia. You know, that's what they're doing there. They're saying, here's this game that's not this other game that you like, but it's similar to this other game that you liked. So, you know, wink wink, if you like that, you should buy this. And that's fine. That's a perfectly normal marketing thing to do. Right? But I don't know why people are getting out there sucking Games Workshop's dick off about it. It blows my mind.
Yeah. Well,
if they do good, I'll say they do good. Then when they fuck me around, I'm going to say it, they fuck me around.
Not me. We'll just say they fuck me around, regardless. They could give me, well, unless they come to my house and actually give me money, like significant millions of dollars, I'm not going to do anything, and that's unlikely. So
you mean they're basically just, if they came around your house and gave you a refund for what you spent on the hobby?
True. But yeah, they can expect a hell of a lot more shit posting from me in the future, and any video they make, I'm going to rip the fuck out of, and fuck it a new asshole, really. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of negative feedback from this on this. There are a lot of dislikes, but again, I didn't believe you, but as YouTube is concerned, a dislike and a like do the same fucking thing. But so whatever helps the channel. Thanks either way.
Speaking of helping the channel, unlike most other channels, I got to point this out: we're not monetized currently. Everything we put up is free.
I put up a picture of Games Workshop. The title's called Bullshit, and then there's just a picture of Mr. Garrison getting fucked by a bike. Most of the video is just him getting fucked.
The gyrosphere, yeah. But
there's no way you could fucking monetize that shit, and we swear way too much.
Oh, that's true as well. But you know, we don't monetize. We do all this content for free. We get nothing out of this channel. We're doing it entirely because
I get a lot of hate mail and death threats.
Well, that's true. I do love the attention, I guess, in that regard. We do it because we love the hobby. We want to see them succeed. I don't give my ideas or what broke the fans videos on Games Workshop, you know, willy-nilly. And you watch, there's people that will come out on like the what broke the fans Orc video and say, you don't understand Orcs, man. You don't know what it was like. You weren't there. And it's like, most of that video was written by a mate of ours, Dino, who has played Orcs for like fucking how long? Forever? You know, like...
he's a very competent dude as well. His replies to people are ridiculous. But it takes time, so he doesn't reply to a lot of shit. But it's when he does, it's always good.
Yeah, but someone will have a complaint about it. You know, people like to argue with me about Chaos Space Marines, like with me, like, you know, and I sit there like, fucking hell, I've been playing Chaos Space Marines since 2nd edition. Like, fuck, I understand how they work. It just blows the mind how people respond on the internet. But you know, we're doing it because we want things to be better, and we also, I will get out there in the comments if someone's got a great idea in the comments. I will point it out and say, you're fucking bang on. You know, that's fantastic. I love it. You know, I will get out there when I read through the comments, and I'll put that little heart symbol you can give. You can like go into a video, right? And you can go down, if you see a comment you really like, there's like a little love heart next to it, and you can click on that, and it says like the channel really likes that comment, so that it doesn't get lost among just the random thumbs up that the comment may get, and the people know that you have seen their actual comment and you appreciate their actual comment. And I do that, and it will happen for some of these comments from these people who absolutely hate me because I said that Games Workshop killed their Hobbit hobby, which they did. Deal with it.
Well, get wrecked, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, my video's got some pretty good feedback. It's mostly the old people who don't get it. So people 35 and above are really struggling to understand what's going on in the video. Which goes to the fact that anyone, you know, hitting their 40 should be executed by the state and reprocessed into food and their organs used for transplant. But yeah, old cunts don't get it. They don't understand. They don't understand MLG. They don't understand what's up. But yeah, this is how it goes, man. You post up some shit and you say really hard, and oh yeah, people are gonna dub the fuck out of that. Like, you can't not expect people to do that.
Well, you can't also expect to post videos up and not expect feedback, especially feedback you don't like.
Yeah, definitely. But there's kind of a
you
concept.
and I have pretty much the thickest skins that you can have on the internet because we've been trolled out over the years. We've got nothing left to. There's no like golden nugget of a soul left inside that the internet can take because we understand what the internet is. We grew up on it, right? We were there when the internet first started. You know, like in the mid '90s, we were there. We were at the right age at the right time to, you know. And people can say all the mean things they like. If I get a comment like that dude, where is it again? Maybe do a bit of research for making a video and make yourself look like an absolute retard. I just pay it off. I just ignore that comment because it's like, it's no relative feedback.
Yeah, the internet.
I will not censor it. I will not delete it. I will not tell them to fuck off. I won't have a go at them. I'll just be like, okay, you've got nothing to actually say. You've provided no facts, no research of your own to counter me. So you're not worth my time, and I'll just move on to the next comment, which will be, you know, tabletop wargaming, which has made a nice big comment, and clearly they've got points to say, and I'll read through it, and I'll go, okay, let's see what they've got to say, and maybe they'll have something I didn't know, and they'll be able to put me in my place, and that's totally cool.
Okay, well, yeah, I think the internet is a big place. It's a big fence, and nothing makes a small dog feel big like a big fence does, and there's no bigger fence than the internet. So people can say whatever the fuck they want, and for the most part won't ever get called up about it in real life because it'll be anonymity and all that other shit, so people can't find out who you are online, or
it's funny.
They won't do it. But why the fuck would I care?
It's funny.
People,
you exactly
people
said
can
that today.
say people can say what they want in real life. That doesn't mean that I can necessarily assault them. People can say whatever the fuck they want to me in real life or on the internet. They're just words, man.
There's
They're
a
just
topic
fucking
about Victorian police in Melbourne being given assault rifles, right, to combat terror.
Oh man,
blah, blah,
machine guns, 300 blackout machine guns, or dubbed blackout.
Right,
What?
and I don't care.
That's
I don't
dubbed.
care about the
That's the
particulars
fucking
of it. But I said, you know, in my opinion, because for whatever reason, someone asked me about it, and I ended up accidentally on the main page for it, which, oops, my bad. And I said, look, in my opinion, you know, X, Y, and Z. And people are like, you know, what would you know? And it's like, well, actually, I was an armourer in the military and used to make all these firearms. Oh, and then I was in, you know, counter-terrorism at one point. And immediately everyone comes out of the woodwork, and I'm like, a minute I said, I'm like, why did I say it? Because you're trying to use reason. You're trying to say, look, I know about this topic, and here's my fucking resume, right? The internet doesn't give a shit. They can't tell if you're telling the truth or if you're telling a lie. They can't see your background. They can't see your history, right? So as far as they're concerned, the topic completely changed into, oh, you don't know, you weren't there, you know, there's no way you could have possibly been involved in, you know, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, I was, you know, here's my medals. But I can't show them that, you know, I can't tell them that. They've just got my word to go by. So rather than get involved in the debate, it was just like, fuck this, I'm out. Because there's nothing more I could do. I had the expertise, I knew what the fuck I was talking about. And here I am arguing with a bunch of people who've never fucking been in the military or even picked up a firearm, telling me that, you know, the police shouldn't have high-powered assault rifles that have a 30-round clip mag that can put down a fucking elephant in, you know, 0.02 of a fucking second. And, you know, rather than get cut up about it, I've just got to move on, right?
On that, I don't think that the cops should fucking have...
Oh, fuck no.
300 blackout's a good fucking... It's a good round, but it's a fucking match round, man. Like, whatever you...
I don't think the cops should have that. If the situation is bad enough... If the situation is bad enough that it requires that, that's why the fucking Tag East is there. That's why the...
Nah, that's more of a terrorist counter thing. If cops can't deal with a fucking hostage situation, then what fucking good are their fucking hostage? Why the fuck do they even have special task groups to deal with that? They're there for a reason. It's whatever, they can choose whatever kit they want for whatever reason. They wanted a higher penetrating round for fucking QCB. That's cool. Whatever. That's, I don't know, but they lit up fucking Lint Cafe like it was a fucking Christmas tree.
The Victorian cops anyway. It's not like they're fucking easy on the trigger finger.
Yeah, true. Just give them fucking 84s, man. Just give them some fucking Carl Gustavs.
Yeah, give them some Carl Gustavs.
You don't even need to go into the fucking building.
You know what though?
Cal Rands, man, through the fucking wall.
Three quarters of the cops are retards anyway. You could probably give them the Carl Gustav with the prac rounds. Give them the 6mm prac round in the Carl Gustav instead, and they'll probably think that that's the fucking projectile they're firing, when really it's just a 6mm fucking bullet inside.
Victorian cops get paid, I think, the worst out of all state police in Australia. But they do have the most funding for their gear. So they have all the toys, but they don't have great pay.
They do have a really good kill-death ratio as well. They're the ultimate fucking campers.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. We are fucked. This is so getting pulled down. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching the episode. I will go through and properly and fairly and unbiasedly critique the What Broke the Fans comments. Hey, you know, like I said, there might be some really great comments there, although if they're like, do your research, you're an idiot guy, probably not. It is hard to appeal to the lowest common denominator sometimes. Thanks everyone for watching the episode. If you've got any feedback at all, send it to our complaints department, aka Kat. Kat has wired up a printer at home, and it will print out all your comments, and it feeds the printed paper straight into a paper shredder.
Yeah, so that goes into a furnace, and the furnace powers my house.
Yes, and that's how much hate mail we get, that it actually is able to power Kat's whole house. It's a fantastic system. And we need those negative comments to keep coming in, or else Kat is going to go cold this winter.
My God.
Yes. Anyway, on that depressingly boring note, see you all next time.